What if I told you that the life you see with your eyes is only half of the picture, that every step you take is shadowed by a battle you cannot see? Paul said in Ephesians 6 verse 12 that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against rulers of darkness, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That means your fight is not just with bills, with stress, with heartbreak, or with people who don't like you. It's with forces determined to crush your destiny before it ever blossoms. And if you step into that war without spiritual strength, you step in naked, defenseless, already defeated. Samson carried strength in his body, but the day his spirit was weakened through compromise, he became a prisoner to his enemies. If Samson, a man chosen and anointed, could fall when his spiritual guard was down, what makes you think you can survive your own battles without power? And let's be real. You need that strength because temptation will find you. It doesn't knock politely. It waits for moments when you're tired, alone, and distracted. Jesus himself, full of the Spirit, was led into the wilderness and tempted by the devil. If the Son of God was tested, what about you? Spiritual strength is the only anchor that keeps you from drifting when sin calls your name. Without it, small compromises pile up into chains you can't break. Peter thought he would never deny Christ, but when pressure came, his spirit wasn't strong enough to endure. Yet later, after being filled with the Spirit, that same Peter stood boldly before crowds, unashamed and unmovable. That's what happens when your inner man is fortified. You no longer bow when temptation roars. You stand like iron in the fire. But what about deception? The enemy rarely comes with horns and fire. He comes as light, with words that sound right, but are twisted just enough to destroy you. Eve didn't fall because she hated God. She fell because she believed a lie. And today, lies dress themselves as trends, philosophies, even spiritual voices, but only the spiritually strong can discern the difference between God's whisper and the enemy's counterfeit. Discernment isn't a gift for prophets only. It's survival for every believer. Jesus warned that in the last days, even the elect could be deceived. That's how dangerous the times are. Your strength in the Spirit sharpens your eyes, so you don't swallow poison dressed as honey. And hear me, the devil doesn't tremble because you call yourself Christian, because you go to church, or because you quote a verse on Instagram. He trembles when you actually walk in authority, when you carry the fire of God on the inside. Acts 19 tells us about men who tried to cast out demons by using Jesus' name, but the demons mocked them, saying, "Jesus I know, Paul the first know, but who are you?" Without true spiritual strength, you'll be a name hell laughs at instead of a name it fears. Authority is not in titles or rituals. It's in a life rooted, saturated, and burning with the Spirit of God. That's when your prayers shift atmospheres, your words carry weight, and your presence forces darkness to retreat. Finally, you must be strong because your destiny is bigger than your effort. Destiny is spiritual, and no matter how talented, disciplined, or intelligent you are, you cannot fulfill it without divine backing. Joseph didn't rise from the prison to the palace by clever networking. It was God's Spirit orchestrating his steps. David didn't kill Goliath because he had military training. He had a spiritual confidence that the God he served would deliver him. What God has written over your life requires more than willpower. It requires spiritual stamina to carry the weight of his calling. Without strength, you'll abandon the very purpose you were born for. But with it, no pit, no chain, no giant, no lie, no demon can stop you. So I ask you, will you keep living on empty, or will you rise up, filled with fire, clothed with strength, unshakable, unstoppable, a Christian who not only survives the world, but transforms it by the Spirit of the living God? And if this spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to Faith in One Verse for more life-changing words that will set your spirit on fire.